In this episode of 3 Takeaways, I'm going to give you a simple 3-step plan to help you take the first step toward an ongoing agency new business program. All right, hello, welcome to 3 Takeaways, your agency new business video series where we focus on one new business category and give you 3 takeaways to help improve your new business program. Hey, take a second and give us a thumbs up if you're liking our series, or get crazy and subscribe. We really do appreciate it when you do that. All right, a lot of agencies find themselves knowing they need to put some plan together for new business. An organized effort to pursue new business in a meaningful way. And what typically happens, especially for small and mid-sized agencies, clients have to come first, of course, but then they'll try to get anything out there to prospects. They'll cobble together a list that's typically maybe been kind of languishing in their database, may or may not be up to date, put together kind of a general email and just send it out to that entire database.
Rip it, zip it, and send it out!
All right, it reminds me a little bit of a Bruce Springsteen story that I'm going to tell you now. And guitarist Steven Van Zandt told this story from a few years back. And this was in relation to something he heard Bruce say on the stage. So he says, the first time I was like, did I just hear that? And the second time I looked at Gary, it's the bassist, and said, did you hear what I just heard? And I'm like, please, God, don't give him a chance to do it again before I get a chance to talk to him. Sure enough, he does it a third time, and I'm like, that's it. This crowd is about to rebel. They're going to attack us. So I just grabbed him and said, you don't realize it, but you're saying Ohio, and we're in Michigan.
We're in trouble.
And he was like, what? And he made a great joke out of it. He said, I've been worried my whole life I'm going to do that, and I finally did that. So now, end of story there. It's a fun story. If we know anything about Bruce Springsteen, it's that he's always pretty prepared in terms of his live shows, and this was a minor mistake, right? I mean, when your agency, though, sends out a general email to a non-specific set of prospects, your lack of prep, personalization, kind of throwing caution to the wind with that probably outdated database will either be ignored or worst case, leave a prospect thinking, I'll never work with this firm. So when Bruce Springsteen made that mistake, he's a big star. He has so much fan goodwill. He acknowledged it, made a joke out of it, moved on. Your firm doesn't really get that chance. You usually have 1, maybe 2 at best. Too many agencies see a consistent new business effort as a mountain too big to climb. And that's understandable, but what you have to do then is make it smaller. Start with a hill. Now, new business is hard, there's no way around that, but the initial process doesn't have to be. So here are 3 takeaways, essentially a 3-step exercise to get you started. All right, your first step or your first takeaway, pick 25 companies. Okay, focus in on one of these specific sectors you specialize in, or if you're more horizontally focused, 25 best fit companies that make sense, that you feel would be a good fit based off your experience and your work. But no more than 25 to start. Okay, and your second takeaway or your second step, take 3 minutes to research each company, find out something about them or a relevant piece of news specific to them or that doesn't exist to the vertical or industry or a trend that relates. Okay, and your third step or takeaway, craft a concise email. No more than 3 paragraphs, 2 to 3 sentences each that include roughly what you do, who you are, that piece of news or information that you found and how your work with a current or previous client relates to it, and that you'd like to talk briefly to have you both gauge a fit. All right, now I'm paraphrasing there, but that's essentially it. Keep it simple. Send it out and follow up. Now, try it with just 5 prospects a day to start, especially if that's what it takes to realistically get it done every day. And use all those channels that are available in your follow-up to that email, whether it's social, phone, even direct mail if it makes sense at that point. Now, will there be more to it? Certainly, especially over time, but this can get you acclimated to a potentially more robust process. To help you take that first step, start with the hill and work your way up to the mountain.
Baby steps.
Okay, thanks as always for watching 3 Takeaways. Lots of new business content on our resources page at the URL below. And hey, if you need help with new business, that's what we do. And we can certainly help you out by going to rswus.com if you're interested. All right, thanks. See you next time.